Here's to the ones with the guns. Ah. Your boys and Martinelli's decided to make some U.S. grown.
Some nice sparkling apple cider.
It contains
non-alcoholic
50% alcohol.
Elijah, no.
Yeah? Yeah. Okay. Scene. Cold War. 1961. Kennedy is... he's trying to protect against the Russians. The communists are coming into Cuba, and they're trying to be communist. But they're really close to Florida, and that's a really big deal. So, Bay of Pigs. Kennedy sends some people out, and they try to take Cuba back. Fails horribly. It's so bad. 1962. Fidel strikes a deal with your boy Nikita of the Russia, and he decides, all right, we'll build you a missile silo over there in Cuba, so that way you won't get invaded again by those friggin' Americans. And Fidel's loving it. It's such a great plan. So they go along with it, and eventually the Americans are flying U-2 scout planes overhead. They get crystal clear satellite footage of what's becoming, nuclear bombs in Cuba. And they see these nuclear bombs, and they're just like, oh, we got to do something. But no, it's 4D chess, so we can't just go over there and take them and blow them up. Because, nuclear war and all that jazz. That's terrible. So they think outside the box. And they're making a silo. You tell them to stop making the silo. Anyway, you're making a silo. So you get them to stop bringing in stuff to make a silo. Kennedy decides to go 4D chess. Let's go. Let's put a naval blockade around Cuba. Stop everything from getting in there. 2 days later, that happens on October the 22nd, 1962. That day, Kennedy goes on the TV and he explains to the Americans that he's going to protect our national interests and he's going to use military force if necessary. This is whenever the people of the world start fearing for their lives, inherently. 2 days later, October 24th, 1962. Soviet ships come over and they're bringing stuff to help build that crap. And they look at the blockade. They're just like, should we go in there and take them out or go past? Nah, all right, that'd be nukes. All right. So they turn around. It's brilliant. It's fantastic. 3 days later, October 27th, 1962. U.S. scout plane is flying over. It gets shot down. American dies. People in America are planning an invasion. They're about ready to go for it. And somebody says no. I think it was Kennedy. So this is a real crisis. And John and Nikita are having heartfelt conversations. Being the President of the United States, he can do that. He just decides, all right, we need to stop nuclear war from happening. And, having a bunch of old crusty men do that to one person is really tough. That's why Congress wasn't involved for a bit. That's why the president was doing it. Fantastic man Kennedy was. So they send letters back and forth. The world's on the brink of nuclear war within 20 minutes at any time. And they send letters back and forth to each other. It's brilliant. But otherwise, they come to an agreement. Treaty is signed. They get the naval blockade out of there. Soviet Union takes off its missiles. The U.S. agrees not to invade Cuba again. And then the U.S. also takes missiles out of Turkey. And after this is whenever the Moscow-Washington hotline was made as a phone directly connecting the two of them. So that way they can call and have fancy talks every now and then. So the president in all of this time has the complete flexibility to talk to Mr. Khrushchev without adjourning Congress or doing whatever. He doesn't have to tell him anything right now, and it's a rough and tumble 2 weeks. So he's out there making deals, cutting things like a CEO, like a chief executive officer.